Shalom.
Shalom.
Giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahushua, Ba'ashem, B'Kakodash.
The barners to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect. Let's go.
Yeah. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So you read that scripture. You cannot fear the imaginations against thee. You know, you can't worry about what these people are going to think or how they feel and all that, because at the end of the day, all of them are controlled by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and they can't do no more than what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua let them anyway. So you can't worry about those things, you know. And
we seen that last night when we was in Dallas. People always stick their head out the window and shout stuff.
Yeah.
Like that one woman, they were like, "Do you love Jesus? Do you love Jesus?" And then I said, "Why do they do that?" And the brother said, "We are made skeptical."
Yeah. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get
kind of like a circus. We stand out.
Yeah.
We're made a skeptical. I think I'm saying it right.
Fools for Yahushua's sake, basically.
People always, shout stuff, poke their head out the cars and say random stuff. Shalom. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, they laugh and scoff at us, and we got guys come up against the truth that were once in the truth, or you have celebrities say certain things that comes up against the doctrine.
Yeah.
But that's all a part of it.
Yeah, that's all a part of the walk, man.
Yeah.
And when you come into this thing, that's why the brothers, beginning with our elder apostles, they always say this all the time: know what you're involved in. And this is one of the parts right here that's very important. That seriously, that we know what we're a part of, and know that you're gonna have those who's gonna scoff. You know, they're gonna say certain things. So, but you can't let that, you know, stop you from doing the work, man. And that's you know, that's what it's all about coming into this thing. You know, that's one of the biggest things you have to deal with, and that's what separates the true men of the Lord versus guys that come in this thing, because a lot of times they come in and they don't know what they're really involved in. Like the scriptures say in Jude chapter 1 and verse 4, you know, many crept in not knowing, you know, and eventually they're going to get sifted out because they're not true men of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And, you know, in the time that we've been in this thing, we've seen that happen, you know. This brother, which is my camp leader, he's over me, so he's been in it a little bit longer than, you know, a little longer than I have. So he's seen men come and go. You know, I've seen a few, you know. And so those things do happen, man. And
men get killed. Men get kicked out of the camp and just become straight
go back
cold.
to being niggas.
Yeah, go back to being niggas. Just,
you know,
lost in the sauce.
Matter of fact,
homeless.
Yeah.
Homeless and some more stuff.
Yeah, before you know it, you're back celebrating birthdays and
in
doing
the club.
Yeah.
Celebrating your birthday.
Yeah, celebrating your birthday in the club and all that, you know, which nothing wrong with you, you know, doing what you're doing, but you got to be within, you know, but you don't celebrate birthdays and things of that nature. And that's what Jake is into, man. You know, that, I mean, you know, and you really, what you're doing, that's what people don't understand about birthdays. That's a form of idolatry, you know, because you're giving credit to yourself. And it's the Most High that saw you achieve whatever it was you got to. You know what I'm saying? However age, you know, just to give you an example, yesterday, I had mine. So, but it was like another day to me. Like, whatever, you know. I mean, people that know my, the day I was born, they'll say, to say that and what have you, and what you gonna do? It's like, it's just another day for me, I damn near had forgot about it,
These niggas in the world, they feel entitled. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they be, yo, you ain't gonna give me nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna give me nothing. Freaking.
You have the money hanging off the shirt and all that,
man,
because niggas looking for money. I know, I did it. So hey, I know now. You know better. You want to do better. So you ain't involved in those things. It's just like another day, man. You understand that it's just like any other typical day. Be thankful that the Lord gave you another day to, preach and teach, better yourself. Get yourself prepared for the times that we're about to come into, a time like no other. No time to be sitting around and, glorifying yourself, because that's exactly what you're doing, self-glory. The Lord don't like no shit like that, man, 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 10, we are fools for Hamashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Hamashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. Yeah, so even though we are weak, we are strong. How are we strong? Through this knowledge, man. This knowledge, this understanding that's going to be our stability in the times that's about to come.
God, man.
You go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
People
because
are
I know you
dead.
got something to say.
They're dead spiritually, and soon they're going to be dead physically, because they don't have this doctrine, this truth. So they're ignorant, literally oblivious to the things that's set. And you got now a whole thing with Nicki Minaj supporting Trump, and they then counseled her, unfollowed her, and she deactivated her Instagram, so she don't got that no more.
Yeah.
Now you got young boy, NBA young boy, who the black community, especially the youth of the black community, worship and praise. He said he support Trump. Stop the, what is it? Yeah, some type of catchphrase he said. That reference, "Make America Great Again."
Wow.
He said something, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But now people looking like, are y'all gonna cancel him too? They worship that nigga. Literally.
Yeah.
They literally worship that nigga, man.
Yeah. And it's crazy, but that's the time we're living in, man.
Got a precept from brother Psalms 9 and 7 in the NIV, that though the wicked spring up like grass and all the evildoers flourish, they will be destroyed forever. And I can't wait. We can't wait.
Yeah.
Brothers can't wait till that happens, man.
Yeah.
These niggas prolonging their wickedness, and brothers, the righteous die in that righteousness, man.
Hey, well, that's what the scriptures say in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4, where the Lord said that the angel have no pity. And old and young, maids.
Ezekiel 9.
Yeah.
Because they don't got that mark of exemption, which is the mind.
Those who sigh and cry.
Was it Dua?
Yeah.
They don't got that, man.
Yeah.
They boy, the Lord got something in store for them.
Yeah.
That we ain't even seen before. It's gonna shake us up, because we ain't never seen it before. Although we're being prepared, mentally, physically, spiritually, through being tried in the fire.
Yeah.
But we are about to walk into something we ain't never seen before. It's about to be death, man. Lord finna send these death angels. A lot of these guys, majority of our people is about to die.
Yeah.
And and these celebrities, these niggas, they starting to see that these celebrities not really for them. They bought and sold out.
Yeah.
What part don't stupid Jake don't understand?
That's why the scriptures say my people are foolish. They have not known me.
You got niggas crying now because he canceled his concert in Chicago.
Oh wow.
Stupid ass. He crying over another grown ass man.
Yeah, and he could give
Two fucks.
Yeah,
He even said
you
he
read my
didn't care.
mind.
He even said that. He
Yeah.
said he didn't care. He didn't even ask questions.
Mm-mm.
Because apparently he's finna perform in Chicago, but the damn, what do you call them? The stadium canceled it. Wow. He didn't even ask questions. He said he didn't care. He got his money and dipped. Had all them niggas, Jake looking sad, big ass lips hanging to the ground and shit, crying.
Wow.
You know? They worship the ground that do walk on, man.
Yeah, but that's what we, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about birthdays. That's a form of idolatry, and that's the same thing with these Jakes, with these celebrities. That's a form of idolatry, man. When you're sitting around, you worshiping these Jakes, like, being in a mindset of trying to think like they think or move like they move. Hey, they're controlled. They're controlled by this devil who runs this earth, man.
Purposely poisoning y'all.
Yeah. But they don't see it because, like the scriptures say, my people are foolish.
Bunch of dreadhead niggas that's purposely making themselves look like this dude. And trying to talk like him and walk like him. And grown ass men, 16 all the way up until like early to mid to 20s. Late 20s, even 30s, all out there and standing in the cold waiting to see this nigga perform for like probably an hour and 30 minutes. And the shit got canceled. And he said he didn't give a fuck and they crying, So it shows you the mind state of these niggas. And here it is, the world is literally ending. We got the true important men out here giving you very important message. Like nigga off of
Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Yeah, the movie off of
Don't Be a Menace.
Don't Be a Menace. Giving you this message, and these niggas know, these celebrities know it's true. They rejecting it.
Yeah.
Straight rejecting it. So therefore, that judgment is gonna be set.
Yeah, fools. What the scriptures say? Fools
despise wisdom.
Yeah.
He despised it, man.
Yeah. And so that's it.
But guess what? If the rich man was preaching it, there would be. If a young boy was out here saying the same thing we saying, it would be all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Israelite would be the talk of the world.
Yeah. Jacob, but see, the Lord didn't set it up that way. He just set it up for the elect. That's why we always say this all the time. The Lord is only dealing with a small remnant, which is known as the elect. And see, that's why the elect are called in to do this work.
Out here in LA, nothing but foolishness, idolatry, vanity. This cesspool gotta go for real.
Yeah, man. That's why Ezekiel chapter 9. Let me get there right quick. Let me get a precept in. Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai said unto him, Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that's exactly what the brother was talking about right there when he made his comment right there. You out there in LA, and I mean, come on, that's the cesspool of wickedness right there. It's called the city of angels, more like city of demons,
And we the ones sighing and crying, man.
Yeah.
You in LA, that's where all the wickedness is at. All them celebrities.
Yeah, especially out there with Hollywood. So that's a brother right. That's an example of a brother that's out there sighing and crying about the abominations that's going on. We're here down here in Texas, and we're sighing and moaning of the abominations that we see. Well, it's even more so out there in LA, man. So, prayers up to that brother right there, man. Hang in there and, keep your integrity, man. Lord willing, we do the same thing. But yeah, man, that's what the Lord said, that he, put a mark upon those who sigh and moan, and that's that spiritual mark, that the exemption from punishment. See, Not the one that's spoken of in Revelations chapter 13 or 17 or 16, because you know you're gonna have some Jake that's gonna be talking about that mark, and they'll think, oh, you talking about the one in Revelations 13 and 16. No, we're talking about an exemption. There's a spiritual righteous mark, and this is the wicked mark that Esau is going to put upon y'all, which is known as that RFID microchip that he wants to get everybody involved in, because he wants to have control over everyone. And this is how he's going to have control over everyone. Well, not everyone, but those who partake in it, which a lot of you Jakes, you're going to be in it, because, you know, if you fell for the first banana, was that, you know, how them cartoons where them guys slip on that banana peel? Yeah, they fell on the first banana peel. They're gonna fall on the second banana peel. You know what I'm talking about, the one back in 21.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Back in 21. So yeah, they'll fall for that one too.
Slipping on a banana.
Yeah.
Bang. Get up and slip on the shit again. Another one. A big one.
And that's exactly what's gonna happen with these Jakes, man, because they, you know, they as the scriptures say, they're wise to do evil. And so that's their lot, man. And another reason why Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to destroy them. But there's a remnant, which is known as the elect, who have that spiritual duwa, that are calling out the abominations, that are sighing and crying. This is what we're doing right now, you know? We're sighing and crying about the abominations that go on out here, man. I mean, you see Jake walking around holding hands with another Jake, man.
Boy, I see that shit on my job, bro.
You know, women
Two
and
girls,
women. Yeah.
And they in higher position.
Yeah. You know,
Oh
you got
bro,
these wicked Eves marrying these sodomite Jakes, or they're in love with these sodomite Jakes. You know, don't want to deal with a real man, which a real man is a real man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Like me and the brother Gadal, we was talking about this last night. You know, that a lot of these men, when things hit, a lot of these men are going to be exposed. A lot of them are sodomites anyway. So a lot of them are going to be destroyed, man. So that's going to increase the value of the men of the Lord, you know. You're going to have men that's going off to war. You know, a lot of them Pookie and Ray Rays, that's where they're going to go. They're going off to war. Then you have these sodomite Jakes around, you know. So at the end of the day, the Lord's going to increase the value of his men.
We're gonna get risen up.
Yeah, that's another way we're going to be risen up right there. So let me go to another one, precept here.
The Lord's gonna raise up his elect, and that's the hopeful number that we are making our calling election sure to be. And I think about this video this one brother did, how it was titled, "We Were Meant to Be Losers in This World." Something like that in that extent, but which was a very edifying video, because that's why certain things that we try to do, it probably won't work out. Or, you know, you try to fit in with the world and it don't work out. Even if you do, even before you came in, and even if you do fit in, it's going to be something where your spirit is going to tell you this is off. Like, because Jake going to take things to the extreme in wickedness, where you might be vibing with some worldly Jakes, and then all of a sudden they trying to get you to commit adultery with somebody, or do some type of drugs you ain't got no business doing, or, you know, do something that's contrary to the truth. Try to get a tattoo, get some type of hairstyle, or try to get you to off somebody, which you shouldn't be hanging around motherfuckers like that. No way. But Jake is gonna do something, try to peer pressure you into doing something, or you know, you might be vibing with them, and then something out of nowhere, you just lose the interest. Your spirit telling you, you know, you don't belong right here. All right, so it's gonna be some type of way the Lord is gonna, you know, let you know that this is not for you. You know, because we are not of this world. We're against it. We're opposed to it, and this world opposed to us, because we in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but this world is in the spirit of Satan. All right, pretty much everything.
And see, the thing about it, I always, you know, just speaking as a man, I always believe, as Elder Apostle Tahar said, that everything that we went through brought us to where we're at right now. Every little situation that you've gone through, like the brother was bringing up just then, because he brought up some interesting points. And these are the things that the brother was bringing up, that this even, you know, things that happen before you even come into the truth, you see. And you're like, oh, wow, you know, I didn't, you know. But as you get the knowledge, you understand why certain things didn't turn out the way they turned out for you in your favor, even before you came into the truth. When you look back at some of the certain things that you know, that you went through before you came into this thing, it resonates with you, like, now I see why the Lord kept me away from that. Or certain people that you was dealing with, the Lord took them away from you, you know. Certain women, what have you, you know.
You could have had an Edomite friend group.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they move somewhere, or they just stop dealing with you. And then you like, dang, what did I do? A year later, you come into the truth and you start finding out the stuff. You're like, dang, that's why the Lord took me away.
Yeah, and a classic example is women. A lot of times you could be certain women you deal with, and you're really fond of her, you know, because every Jake got some woman that they're more fond of than others, you know, and you know, she could all of a sudden just, as they say these days, ghost you. Don't hear from her, and you're like, damn, what the hell, you know?
What did I do?
But see, we understand through the Spirit that sometimes the Lord has to take certain people away from you to get your attention, and those things do happen. So you can't do nothing but just like, okay, it is what it is, and keep it moving, you know. But you know, at the end of the day, you got to look at it like, well, okay, if the Lord did that, because we know the Lord in control of everything, it's probably for my good, you know? So, but yeah, it is what it is, bro. But getting back on these celebrities, Sirach chapter 10 and verse 9, why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
God.
For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he cast away his bowels.
Yeah, these niggas, these celebrities, bro, they doing satanic rituals, sexual rituals, giving up their morals and integrity. Not that they have it in any way. Giving up everything. They casting away their bowels, their rectum. They're giving up their manhood. You know, they getting bent over the table, because Esau is all about sex. He worships sex. It's a sexualized society. So sex is one of his main things that he promotes. Sex, Satan, blood, children, you know, all that. So these celebrities give all that up for what? The riches. And all this information is out on these celebrities, and these people still so fascinated with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these niggas love NBA YoungBoy because I guess they live similar lives to him.
Well, they want to live similar life to him, you know.
The upbringing.
Yeah, a lot of, well, yeah, that too. But they envy that lifestyle.
Then all these freaked out women.
Mm-hmm.
All these different baby mamas.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's like, you know, they'll make it like they'll try to glorify what he's doing when all actuality, a lot of times these people are miserable, man. Especially these celebrities, they're miserable. That's why a lot of times when you think about these celebrities, a lot of them are on drugs. They overdose and die.
Kodak Black.
Yeah. You know? Because they have to live with the things that they have been doing behind the scenes that these jakes don't know nothing about. Or if they do know something about it, they, oh man, you know, he just had to do what he had to do. You know, so to show you a lot of these jakes, they wicked too. They just as wicked as Kodak Black or any of these celebrities. I just named him off, but I'm just saying any one of these Jake celebrities that, you know, because I remember I was calling my brother out because he was, you know, we was talking about Snoop. And I was telling him, I was like, man, you know, Snoop ain't right, man. He's a lot of shit he been doing behind the scene he shouldn't been doing. And he was pretty much like giving him a pass, you know? I'm like, man, come on, man, this nigga was wicked, man, you know? But I guess he still hung on the things, you know.
The 1990 shit, when he had the little box on his head.
You read my mind, yeah, bro.
Or,
yeah.
Or the, you know.
You read my mind, because that's exactly what I was thinking.
Curls and straight, permed out hair.
Yeah, yeah.
You still thinking about that, Snoop.
Yeah, that's
man,
exactly.
This nigga that been bent over the table, he walking around with black fingernail polish on. Like, come on, dude.
I think he even had on a skirt one time. So, I mean, these guys,
pink hair rollers.
Yeah. You know, and then on top of that, you know, which, you know, he's supposed to be so-called Crip, but then they had him dressed up to show you that these celebrities own you, or these higher ups own you. He's running around in red, which, you know, anybody that knows anything about the gang, the red is
it's opposed to the Crips.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best summary you could bring up right there, because they're known as the Bloods, but yeah, that opposes against them. So it shows you he has no loyalty to wherever his affiliation is supposed to be. So, you know, and he's messed up his credibility to the point to where I've heard some Jakes say he can't even go back to where he used to stay. So where he's from. So
damn, for wearing the color.
Well, yeah, because if he come from a Crip area, he can't do that, you know. And it's probably something else too behind the scenes that he's undone. Who knows, you know. But at the end of the day, man, these guys ain't right, man, and they've sold their souls, you know.
Straight up sold it. They sold the rectums, the bowels.
Damn.
Sold all of it. They all part of Hollywood. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Weird, yeah.
Holly weird ass niggas.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, bro.
Straight up. Boy, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Into Moism.
Yeah.
Straight getting bent over.
Yeah, man. Crazy, bro. It's crazy.
The Lord killing these niggas left and right.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a celebrity that just died here a while back. Lamont Wilson, he just passed away.
Yo, y'all just like say he ain't had no business getting got. His ass just old.
Yeah, what he is. He about 70, 79, almost 80 years old.
He's just old, man.
Yeah, so he probably just died, you know. Which he had cancer. I looked him up earlier. I'm coming to find out he had cancer, but
what type of cancer?
I didn't go into real detail what kind, because it could have been anything, but yeah. So they say he had died around his family, whatever, surrounded by his family.
Yeah, man. Jake need to get out of here, bro.
Yeah. But say he's good. You know, as the elder pastor say, he good. So he's gone to glory. He knows he's an Israelite.
That old generation is gone. 30s.
Yeah, they dying.
1930s, 40s,
Mm-hmm.
50s, 60s.
A lot of them are dying.
Them 70s coming.
Yeah,
1970 babies coming.
Yeah, you're right. I'm a part of that. But
yeah, y'all time coming.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, hopefully we be in the kingdom by then.
Hopefully.
But, you know, in the meantime, we're going to keep doing this, Lord willing, you know.
Coming from 70 kids, man.
But, yeah, that's a lot of them.
About that time. No, I'm stopping. Stopping.
But
the
a lot
groove
of those
is
guys,
gone.
But seriously, a lot of those,
the groove is gone.
what's that, those, call them people, baby boomers, because that's who they are, they're baby boomers. From 46 up to like 65, 64, I think it's 64. My generation is 65 and 80, which they call it Generation X. You know, yeah, 65 to 1980. So, yeah. But, yeah, man, it is what it is. Man. Okay, let me see here. Go to something else.
Man.
Yeah. Proverbs chapter 24 and 19. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. So, you know, these guys they're not supposed to be envious of guys, these celebrities of this that have this so-called celebrity status in this world, man. You know. But, you know, you was bringing up the NBA young boy, how they was all sad he wasn't there and all that, and a lot of them are pretending to be like him or want to live his lifestyle and stuff. Well, that's a form of envy, you know, and you don't want to be in that spirit, man. The Lord say, fret not thyself because of evil men, and that nigga there is an evil man, you know. Neither be thou envious at the wicked, and that's exactly what's going on with those people who are celebrities. A lot of people who are not so-called celebrities, they envy that lifestyle. They envy that person's lifestyle. So, you know, you don't want to be in that mindset. Where else want to go to? You got something?
God.
Okay, let me go to another one here. Here goes another one. Proverbs chapter 24 and 1. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. And that's exactly the mindset of a lot of these jakes. They want to be in the company of these wicked men, you know. That's why you see Jake always trying to go to a concert and all that kind of mess, you know. Not realizing that, you know, that's a form of idolatry, going to concerts.
Yeah, because ultimately they worship that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, they worship that nigga.
Let me read this out of the NIV, if I may. Okay, out of the NIV, Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 1. Do not envy the wicked. Do not desire their company. Yeah.
Damn, that's deep.
Yeah.
Do not desire their company. And being in this truth, it's easy to get mad and envy these niggas, man.
Yeah.
Just seeing them win constantly.
Yeah. I
didn't been in that, bro. Me speaking for myself, man.
Mm-hmm.
King David said that. I envy the wicked.
We get that.
Even King David said it, man. it's very easy because Lord got us in the lowest state. We get shitted on, get disrespected, mistreated, fucking looked over. I'm talking about in general, like
Yeah, that's what we're
doing
talking
the
about.
work.
We're not talking about the work. No, we're not. It's not even. It's not about that. It's not. Put it like this. It's not amongst inside the
Not the body. Not in the body.
Not in the body, but
Talking about
outside the body.
Yeah, 2/3. You know, even being out here, preaching this gospel, we're only here for the elect because we stopped trying to get Jake in the world to, you know, calling out, hey brother, you know, you're Israelite, this and that.
Yeah.
Because ultimately they're rejected.
Yeah.
But even in our daily lives, being different, you know, still get shit done.
Yeah.
Even if you do have, you know, even if you do click well with Jakes in the world, your spirit is gonna eventually tell you in some way, form, or fashion that, you know, this ain't for you. And it applies. Lord got it set up in different ways, different brothers' walks and paths. You know, and it's very easy to see these niggas win, put in shitty effort, little to no effort, and just win.
Yeah.
And, you know, we men of the Lord, and we getting fucking bottom of the barrel treatment. Like Elder Apostle Kai said, we deserve better. He was speaking about women. That one time, when was that? That was about a year back. We went out there. He was standing beside me. He said, he was going into how Jake, you see these niggas getting all this and that, and we doing the work, and you know, we deserve better. We deserve top-notch shit. You know, literally.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have to fucking get a passport, have to fly all the way across the damn world to get a half decent ass woman.
Yeah.
You know, we should already have that shit now.
Yeah. Yeah, go to the Philippines or some shit like that.
Jake gotta fucking get a passport and wait 150 plus days just to get the shit activated. Fly all the way across the damn world, jumping through hoops. Nah, man, that's BS, bro.
And then thing about it, if you get over there, shit, you may not be able to get back. So,
man, nah, we deserve top notch. You know. So it's very easy, like I was going into, to get envious of the wicked. The wicked prosper in this world. What is that? Job 9:24. The earth is given unto them. This is their field day. We got when field day was in, you have all the kids go outside, they do pretty much whatever they want. You know? This is their field day, their playground. All right, so the Lord gave them that.
Yeah. So they got a field day. And
this is the 2/3 kingdom. This is the woman kingdom in general.
Yeah.
And this is Esau's kingdom.
Yeah.
So this is why they are having their way. Like that little catchphrase. I forgot who had that. I think it's Burger King.
Have it your way.
Or DQ, one of the niggas. Dairy Queen, have it your way.
No, it's Burger King.
Yeah, Burger King. Yeah, they having their way. They got the best of the best on this side. They're prospering. So don't feel bad for these niggas when shit hits the fan and they are catching the purest hell, because they have their consolation. Even on this side, they got their consolation. Even though they're in captivity, they still receive their consolation. Because they not going through the things we're going through. And Jake is going through the things that we're going through, but the only difference, they don't have Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. They don't got the cover. So that's the difference.
And it's going to really resonate what you were talking about right there. But it's going to really resonate then when that time that's about to come, that's never been a time like no other.
It's like it.
That's when it's going to really come into existence, because that's when they're going to start losing, and the men of the Lord of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai are going to start winning. But to go back you up with that scripture, and now this is pertaining to Esau, Edom, but then you got to think about it too. These wicked jakes, so there are a lot of these wicked jakes out here who are winning right now on this side. That's why they wouldn't want this kingdom to go. That's why when you tell them they're Israelites,
Hell no, Jake don't want this kingdom to end.
no.
They got 10 roster, 10 plus roster lists at Amazon. They just go to and run through all them hoes.
Wow.
They getting paid good. They go outside, be a wicked ass nigga, harass people. They ain't worrying about nothing. They got everything.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, so they're right now, Jake is winning, Esau's winning, just like the brother was saying earlier. Jacob's winning. I mean, these wicked Jakes are winning. The women are winning. Eve's winning. These, the other women, they're out there, they're winning. Esau's winning because he's the ruler over the earth right now. You know what I'm saying? But again, at the end of the day, when that time comes, a time like no other, you gotta have some you gotta have a covering. And if you're not of Yahweh's size, you're through. And see, a lot of these Jakes out here are through. While they winning right now, they won't be winning. Isaiah chapter 73 and verse 3, for I was envious at the foolish. Now this, you be talking about Esau, Edom, but you could also think about the nation of Israel, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because they're referred to as the foolish in Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22. For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. And so you see Jake prospering, you see Esau prospering. Meanwhile, you got brothers in this thing that's working paycheck to paycheck. Just going through it. Bodily ailments, the wicked thoughts in the flesh, things of that nature, amongst everything else that you got to deal with, so
God. It's
easily to be envious of these Jakes out here that are winning right now, Yeah, you think about it, it's like we was talking about earlier about cars. You can very easily, a Jake of celebrity status can go and get a car and have certain things done to the car that, somebody else wouldn't even wouldn't have to do. All because, they're a celebrity in this world right now. Whereas you got brothers that are men of the Lord, beginning with our elder apostles on down, that are out here on a regular, doing the work. And right now, the wicked are the ones who, as we always say that song, top notch, get the most, not the less.
I thought of that.
So yeah, right now, the wicked, it's the wicked Jakes out here that's getting the most, not the less,
Getting Irish.
Yeah. But
no effort at all.
You think about, but look at it like this, and I know you do because you're over me. If we were in that position that they're in right now, that would be scary. Because if you're not suffering, you can't be of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shaz, man. So we're suffering in this truth and knowledge. You got some Jakes now. I mean, I ain't saying everything's peaches and cream for every Jake out there, but, a lot of these Jakes out here are winning, bro. And they're not necessarily on celebrity status or things of that nature. They just, they just winning right now because that's their lot to win. And I mean, that's just your everyday Jake that you see you know, just out in the spotlight right now. You
Winning
know,
like
this,
motherfuckers.
you know, yeah, winning.
No effort at all.
Yeah. You know, got a roster full of women they can deal with at any time, at any given time. Jake, you
All
know, Jake
different
and the Truth.
ages.
Yeah, Jake and the Truth.
All different ages, shapes, size,
Yeah.
skin complexion,
Jake and the Truth, shit, he can
races.
barely hold on to one because, shit, if he go getting another one, she don't want that, you know? So, you know, which at the end of the day, the focus should be on this truth and knowledge anyway. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, hey, man, you know, Jake want a woman too, man. That's what the Lord set it up for. Why would he set it up to where a man would want to deal with a woman, man? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, every brother's different. You know, you got some brothers in this thing and they choose not to deal with women, you know, and maybe it's that, you know, it's their lot, but some, you know, a lot of brothers are in this thing and they don't even have a woman. So that's suffering. It's why the scriptures say
Boy,
it's a
gotta be a
shame for.
motherfucking what's that word? A fucking whatever, I forgot.
It's a shame for a man to not have a woman. You know. So, but this society is so damn wicked out here, man. You know, you can't knock a brother if he don't have one. You know. And you know the brothers that don't have one, that want one. You know, it's like, you know, you hope the Lord bless him to be able to, you know, Lord, as the brother used to say all the time, throw you a bone or two, you know. But that's part of the suffering. That's why the scriptures say, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. So you're gonna, it's a life of suffering, man. You think about it. You think about Job. Job, he had a woman, you know, he had a wife, he had kids, he had land, he had property. You know, he was a very rich man. And then the Lord took all of, you know, made a bet with Satan, and Satan took everything away from but his life. He had boils, you know, but throughout it all, he never lost his integrity. So that's the thing about it, man. So you think about Job, man, you think about all he went through. Then not to mention Yahweh Shai. Look at all the suffering he had to go through. And a lot of suffering that he went through is not even written all in the Bible. You know, everything that he had to deal with during his 33 years on the earth, man. So one thing about this work is about suffering, but at the end of the day, it has a, you know, you're going to reap the benefits. That's why the scriptures tell you in Galatians chapter 6 and 9. Let me get that. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9. And let us not be weary in well doing. Yeah, so you can't get weary in the well doing we're doing. Feeding the sheep, going out on the highways and the hedges, doing videos.
Yep.
You know, living your life in this truth and knowledge, not, you know, being a nigga all week long and then come out with your garment on for camp, you know.
Nah, you gotta live it. You gotta walk it, man.
Yeah.
Walk it like you talk it, literally.
Yeah.
You gotta walk this truth. It ain't just about putting on fringes. You gotta live the life of a prophet.
Yeah. And
Damn.
it's not a prophet that's not, you know, it's not a prophet that was in the scriptures that didn't go through some kind of suffering, man. You know. So let me go into Galatians chapter 6 and 9. I'll read it again. And let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So we can't faint at all, man. We got to keep doing what we're doing. Keep doing this work, because this work reaps benefits. Moving along, let me go to something else here.
Nice, man.
Let's see what you
Got a
got.
precept, brother. Con, may the Lord bless y'all. Allah, y'all, Bashim, y'all, Shah.
Call Lord Yahweh, Shimmy Shah. Galatians, Matthew. This is fitting. Hey, you want to turn your car on, warm it up in here, or what?
That boy cold.
Shit, I tell you cold. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. You know, that could feel that temperature that went down since we got in here.
That boy cold.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. I'll start in verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration with the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. We also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah. So those men right now, you know, beginning with the 12 disciples who became the apostles, they're going to be ruling. So, you know, they've forsaken everything. And that's exactly what happened with us. When you come into this truth, you forsake everything, man. That's why the scriptures tell you in Colossians chapter 3 and verse 2, set your affections on the things above. So when you set yourself on the things above, guess what? A lot of things that you're
What time is it?
6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Yeah, 6 o'clock. Straight up. So a lot of the things that you know, when you set your affections on the things above, like scriptures tell you, everything, your life is, you no longer have a life here. Everything is about Yahweh Shem Shah, man. You know, I mean, yeah, you have a life, but your devotion is to Yahweh Shem Shah, man. Yeah, you got to go to work. Yeah, you got to pay bills, things of that nature. But at the end of the day, this ministry comes before everything else. Your way of life, living for Yahweh Shem Shah, becomes before everything else, man. That's why the scriptures tell you, he that has wives act as though he has none. So,
for example, if your job is requiring you, because you got to put the Lord first. If your job is requiring you to have a clean shaved face, despite how much it pay, you can't work there. If you're able to grow a beard, you can't work there, man. Because your lifestyle, the scripture says you're not supposed to shave your beard off. So, a worldly J. Kill put their job over the Lord, but you can't do that, man. Or, for example, my cousin was telling me how, you know, he was telling me this job that he's at, it pays really, really good money, you know? Like, guaranteed I'll be making 100,000, like, my first year, you know, which is a lot of that money. But he says 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. I can't, I would like to work there, you know, but I can't because I got to do this truth. How would I do the ministry on Saturdays? How would I go to camp to see the elders on Fridays, you know? I would have to leave Waco and, you know, pretty much sacrifice the truth for a worldly job that pays high-end money. But, no, we can't do certain things that the average Jake can. Which is why what I said earlier, you gotta walk. You gotta walk this life as being a prophet. Certain things we can't do. We can't shave our face. We can't put a worldly job over this truth. If it's hindering the truth, it's okay to have a high-paying job if it fits with the, you know, this ministry. But that wouldn't work out for what I have going on as far as this walk, man. You know, I'll be I'll be making real good money, but you know, can't do it. Yeah, these Edomite office jobs, they want Jake to be clean, that clean boy look. So some of these jobs be telling Jake they can't grow facial hair. You know, so that's a reality example.
Luke chapter 6 and verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Yeah, so those right now have become rich. These actors and actresses and these people in the entertainment fields and people in the sports and things of that nature, they're receiving their consolation right now as you know, in this world that we live in, you know. Go to Matthew chapter 20, verse 16. So the last shall be first, and the first last. For many be called, but few chosen. Yeah. So
many are called in this walk, but only a few chosen too. You know, there's only a few chosen.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, you know, you see these people look like they're winning, and really they are winning in this wicked kingdom. But what's better to win? Would you rather win in this wicked system or win in the system that Yahweh Shai has in store for us?
That's gonna last forever.
Yeah. So you think about that. That's something to think about, man. You know, a lot of times Jake don't think about it because he's worried about the here and now, you know.
This is temporary. Although it feels long, all of this is temporary, man.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna be like a bad dream.
Yeah.
We ain't never gotta look at these niggas ever again.
Yeah.
Because they gonna die. And Lord willing, we the elect, we'll get that.
One thing about them, they're gonna be back, but they're gonna be back in a righteous mindset.
Yeah.
That's the thing
they
about
wicked
it.
ass gonna die this side, but they're gonna come back in the righteous mind.
Right now, we hate the 2/3. We hate these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We hate them. Once we found out from Elder Apostle Record that we could hate the 2/3, I had no problem with that. I was like, well, you know, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you know, but you know, coming out of Christianity, you always taught to love one another, you know. And it was like, well, damn, I mean, this nigga, he done stole something from you or took something from you. You supposed to still love this dude?
He don't love you. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
They tell you to love him and he did you wrong, but he don't love you. What about him?
Yeah.
Why you don't tell him to love?
But see, they'll push that up
one-sided shit.
Yeah, it's one-sided, man. You know, but at the end of the day, like the scriptures say, we shall reap. You know, if we faint not, we shall reap in due season if we faint not.
One-sided ass nigga, man.
Jeremiah chapter 20. Jeremiah chapter 29 and 11. For I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an unexpected end. Yeah. So Even though we're suffering right now, this is what the Lord wants us to do, man. You know, and anything worth achieving, you got to go through some suffering, you know. So the Lord is, you know, the thoughts of peace, not of evil, to give you an unexpected end. And that unexpected end, that expected end is to be rulers in the kingdom, man. Be of the first fruits. I see, once we're in the kingdom and we're of that first fruits, guess what? We're gonna be winning. We're gonna have the women of our choices, you know. So just like Jake getting the women of their choices, we're gonna have the women of our choices. So that's something, you know, that's just that's on a small level right there compared to the things that we're gonna get. Because at the end of the day, women are hypergamous, and you know, they're attracted to power, just like the men. When Yahweh Shem Yahushai exalt us in that time that's spoken about in Isaiah chapter 13 and 12, that's when the women gonna forget all about these NBA young boys and all that, because these guys, they gonna get thrown to the curb, bro. And we know that's how it goes, because one thing about society, once something gets old, nobody deals with it no more, you know. You think about these celebrities, like just like you brought up Nicki Minaj, and at one time Nicki Minaj was very popular. Let's just keep it real. Nicki Minaj is a has-been now. You know, she was basically replaced by what's her name, Cardi B, and then after Cardi B, you got Sexy Red or what have you. You know, and I don't know who the popular female rapper is now, because I know she's kind of fading out too. But you know, it's the same thing with this society, as the scriptures tell you in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 31. So when things start fading out, the men are going to be elevated. The men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai are going to be elevated, man. 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 31, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of the world passeth away. So the thing about it, the fashion of this world passeth away. NBA YoungBoy is considered somewhat of a fashion, you know, a person like that, of that mindset, or they're fashionable. But see, they won't be fashionable in that time that's about to come, which is Jacob's trouble. Those men who have been out on the highways and the hedges, those men are going to be the ones to be elevated, man.
Yep.
Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Yeah, so right now, Jake, in this truth, may, you know, as my boss man used to say a long time ago, the lowest man on the totem pole. You know, you may feel like you're the lowest man on the totem pole right now. But see, the Lord has an ability to elevate you. And if you're patient and you're willing to wait, it'll happen, you know. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2. And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, and rivers of waters in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Yeah, so that's how much more Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to elevate his men, man. They're going to be a hiding place from the wind. Like he likens a man to a hiding place in the wind, a covert from the tempest, rivers of water, which means in a dry place, which means that to find the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is going to be you know, very few. Because a lot of these men, they're going to die in their sins, as the scriptures say. And so it's going to be so very few men. Right now, there's, you know, which is always set up that way, that there was more women than it was men on the earth. That's why it makes no sense for women to say that a man should be with one woman and one woman only when there's more women out here than it is men, you know? And it was designed that way by Yahweh Shem Shai. So, makes no sense, man. There's something else I want to go to. Oh, I know one I want to go to. Cause see, this is where we want to be right here, man. You know, you think about it, and I brought this out yesterday. Wisdom of Solomon is one of my favorite scriptures. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1 and 2. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. Yeah, you think about all the time you're going out on the highways and the hedges. It may have been real cold out there, or, you know, you go out here on the highways and the hedges. You know, we've been rained out, you know, but still got the work in, you know. And think about all the things that have afflicted him by being around this wickedness, the you know, sighing and crying about the abominations, you know. See, these people, they have made no account of our labors, of what we have done. They ain't made no account. But Yahweh Shem Shai, he has.
Read that back.
Then shall Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
Esau and it's 2/3.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna stand in great boldness, man.
Scoffers.
Scoffers.
You think about those scoffers that have walked up and have, you know, given the prophets a hard time, like Erykah Badu came up one time, you know.
Not the actual celebrity,
I'm glad you brought that up.
But the damn,
yeah, not the real
a woman that looked like her.
Yeah, she came with a motel bath towel on her head, and was very rude and very disrespectful to our elders, you know. And see, these are the things that we have to put up with the nation, the 2/3 of Israel, who have that mindset. You know, guys that come up with damn knives and shit, you know, scoffing. You know, so you got to put up with those different things. You know, that's part of the suffering, bro.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Not realizing that, you know, they don't make account for the things for our labors. You know, it's like this woman that came up here about a month or maybe 2 months ago. Her and her brother come up, and here we are. We're trying to tell you you're an Israelite, and that you know, this is how to get saved. You know, this is how to turn to Yahweh Shem Shai, and you get mad because we're not including the Edomites. You're not including all the other nations. God's supposed to love everybody. No, scriptures don't say anything like that. Pull up a precept where that says that. You know?
They never do.
No, they can't. Because they're so caught up in their emotions. See, that's the thing about the scriptures. And that's another reason why a woman should not teach, because a woman is made to be a servant unto her husband, you know? And see, when you say this in this place of Babylon, they shamed you, but that's her rightful place, man. That's why a lot of these women are bugged out right now, because they don't know their place. You know, they're overwhelmed because they're trying to compete with a man. You know, you can't compete with a man. A man was given certain duties and a woman was given certain duties.
The man is over you.
Yeah, and the thing about it, what these women fail to realize, there's value in you as a woman. There's value. But there's a value with men and there's a value with women. You know, there's a value. But if you don't understand that and you're all in your feelings, which this society promotes you to think about your feelings, you know, not understanding that the scriptures are not about feelings. They're about telling you the truth. And you do well to take heed to it. Because if you don't, you're going to get destroyed. It's like the brother was saying earlier, I was looking at on TikTok, when Yahushua comes back, he's not coming back in a you know, in a elaborate, nice white garment, telling everybody to stop doing the things that they're doing. No, he's coming back. When he comes back, he, like the scriptures say, he comes back with a sword. Because he's going to avenge those who, you know, that did what they did to him, as well as these other wicked ass jakes that's out here, as well as these other wicked ass people of these nations. He's going to set everything straight, man. It's going to only take 60 minutes for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to do work on this place, man. And the angels, you know. Only 60 minutes. And before we know it, we're in a new kingdom. You know, we're getting ready for a new kingdom. You know, things going to have to be done. You're going to have to bury those dead bodies, you know.
We ain't burying shit. Them heathens burying.
No, I mean, you know, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. But what I'm saying is, there's going to be work to be done. But yeah, you're right. That we're not doing anything. We're going to be in our rest at that time. You're right. We're going to be in our rest. So they're going to have to do everything. That, you know, all the heavy lifting that we had to do to set this kingdom up.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to. They're going to have to do it, and they're going to get done. They're going to get double for what they did. So it is what it is, you know. Does the scripture say he that put us in captivity shall go into captivity?
Yep.
So that's what's going to happen. So that's what we're looking forward to, man. So I mean, you know, with that scripture, you think about all the things that you had to go through. And the Lord is seeing, you know, you're going to be elevated. Let me read that verse 2 again. Well, did I read verse 2? I don't think I did. When they see it, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, and I'm going to verse 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled and with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. Can you imagine people that have screwed over you, whether it be a woman or whether it be one of your wicked ass cousins or aunts or uncles or what have you, you know? You know, they'll be amazed at the strangeness of your salvation. Here you are, all these missiles being fired, and you see nothing but fire, and they see you being delivered up in this chariot. They're gonna look at that. They're gonna be amazed at that. They're gonna be terrified, and they're gonna be, you know, terrified of all the fire around it. All around this place, Babylon, you know. But you being delivered, man. That's something for us to all look forward to, man. Those who serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, in true sincerity, you know. So they're gonna be amazed at the strangeness of this salvation. So, you know, wow, you know, something to think about, bro. Really something to think about.
We coming out in a high level of fashion by way of those chariots. Right? Walking straight out of here. What is this? You got any more precepts on you?
I can't think of nothing else.
With that, we're going to close out, giving all praises, honor, infinite glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
the honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, this GMS Waco, Texas. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. We're going to say shalom.
Shalom.